Hello and welcome to New Horizons Recovery Homes. We will take the next few minutes together to go over your contract. This is a contract, a legally binding agreement, between New Horizons Recovery Homes, hereinafter referred to as NHRH, and yourself, hereinafter referred to as I, the client, or myself. This document may not represent the entire extent of agreement between the parties, and there may be terms, or special circumstances, agreed to by the parties that have not been included in this contract. By his/her initials of the following terms, the client indicates that they have read and understands all terms of this agreement. If the client does not understand a term or requires clarification of a term, his initials indicate that such clarification was requested and provided to the client's satisfaction. 2. All New Horizons residents are protected by HIPAA compliance laws and regulations and recipient rights in accordance with the laws of the state of Michigan. Residents may voice a grievance of any violation that they believe is a violation of their rights to dignity, respect, and/or confidentiality. The house monitor or program administrator may be notified to inform and guide you through the grievance process. 3. I understand and accept that if a dispute arises with respect to the terms of this contract, or any other legal dispute between myself and NHRH, both parties agree that the contract or dispute shall be interpreted in accordance with the laws of the state of Michigan. Additionally, the parties agree that any such dispute shall be adjudicated not in the court of law, but rather by submission to binding legal arbitration. 4. I understand and accept that my initial and continued acceptance into the NHRH program is contingent upon my adherence to the rules, procedures, and expectations of that program, and my failure to adhere to the rules listed in this contract may result in my immediate discharge from the program. 5. I understand and accept that I am not a renter, tenant, or a lessee, and that my living in a NHRH home does not constitute a landlord/tenant arrangement, as defined by Michigan-complied laws, and that I do not acquire any possessory interest in the property or premises or fixed assets of the housing unit to which I am assigned during my participation in the NHRH program. I further understand and accept that monthly or weekly fee paid to NHRH is not for the privilege of living in a NHRH home, but rather for the recovery program administered by NHRH. 6. I understand and agree to pay a one-time, $100 non-refundable administrative fee. 7. I understand and accept that there is an initial minimum 30-day commitment to the NHRH program that must be paid in full, $560, upon acceptance into the program. 8. I understand and accept that I will be required to maintain employment, or be actively seeking employment, and/or otherwise provide for my $560 per month non-refundable program fee. 9. I understand and accept that my program fee will be due on the third day of every month, prorated, and that my failure to pay on that day or one day after will result in a non-refundable $15 late fee. Failure to pay the program fee by the third day will result in a $15 per day late fee, or you could be removed from NHRH program, administrator discretion. 10. I understand and accept that if I am discharged from the NHRH program for violation of any rules, that I forfeit any and all program fees and/or deposits that have been paid. 11. I understand and agree that NHRH is not responsible for the loss or theft of any of my personal belongings. 12. I understand and accept that any threatening, aggressive, or violent behavior toward anyone, whether a fellow NHRH client or not, whether on NHRH premises or not, may result in my immediate discharge from the NHRH program. 13. I understand and accept that if I am discharged from the NHRH program, I will be required to pack my belongings and leave NHRH premises as soon as possible. Any property I leave behind will be secured for no more than 5 days unless there is communication indicating a possessions pickup agreement, that is no more than 10 days. After 10 days all possessions will be discarded from the property, and NHRH has no responsibility for unclaimed possessions beyond 10 days. 14. I understand and agree to maintain a spirit of unity with, and mutual support, respect and encouragement for other clients in the NHRH program. 15. I understand and accept that I will be required to work a comprehensive recovery program, including regular attendance at recovery support services groups and individual recovery support sessions, recovery meetings, AA, NA, CR, etc., attendance at NHRH program meetings, having a sponsor, doing 12-step work with my sponsor or in a step study group, and doing service work. 16. I understand and accept that I will be required to submit a urine drug screen, UDS, test and/or blood alcohol test, BAC, upon application into the NHRH program, and that test results must be negative to be accepted into the NHRH program. 17. I understand and agree to submit to random UDS or BAC tests upon request of the House Monitor or Program Administrator, and that my refusal to submit such tests will result in my immediate discharge from the NHRH program. Further, I understand and agree that once a UDS has been requested, I may not go outside of the house for any reason until the UDS is complete. I may not wear any outerwear or carry any objects into the bathroom, where the UDS is to be conducted. I may not close the bathroom door during the UDS, and I may not run any water in the bathroom during the UDS. I understand and accept that violation of any of these rules, as well as the possession of any objects or substances designed to mask the results of, or alter, a UDS will result in my immediate discharge from the NHRH program. 18. I understand and accept that there will be a $20 charge for any and all urine drug screen tests that are mandated by court order. 19. I understand and agree to refrain from associating with any persons from my pre-treatment environment who have been identified, in the initial screening process or subsequently, as enabling or encouraging in my addiction. 20. I understand and agree to maintain regular contact with my sponsor and any family members, friends or others in recovery who have been identified, in the screening process or subsequently, as supportive in my recovery. 21. I understand and accept that I will be required to sign out and in every time I leave from or return to NHRH premises, and that my destination and estimated time of return must be indicated upon sign out. 22. I understand and accept that I will be required to maintain clean and orderly personal and common living areas, including making my bed daily and participating in a rotating list of chores with other clients in the program. I understand and accept that if I learn of a maintenance issue requiring the attention of the program administrator, that I will notify the program administrator of this issue as soon as possible. 23. I understand and agree to maintain good personal hygiene on a daily basis, including showering, brushing my teeth, and wearing clean clothes. 24. I understand and accept that the program administrator or house monitor A. has access to all rooms on the NHRH premises, including the room containing my personal possessions. B. may enter my room at any time, without advance notice, to check that the rules agreed in this contract are being adhered to. C. may enter my room at any time, without advance notice, whenever there is a probable cause or reasonable suspicion to believe that an imminent threat exists to either NHRH property, the personal property of a NHRH client, or the personal safety of someone on NHRH premises, including myself, or where probable cause or reasonable suspicion exists to believe a client is in possession of banned objects or substances. D. may search my personal possession to ensure that the rules agreed to in this contract are being adhered to. 25. I understand and accept that I will have a curfew and that I must be on NHRH premises as of 11 p.m. each night, and until 6 a.m. the following morning, unless my employment dictates otherwise, in which case an exception must be granted in advance by a program administrator. 26. I understand and accept that outside visitors will not be allowed on NHRH property, with the exception of immediate family members and those identified as supportive in my recovery, for whom prior permission must be obtained from the house monitor or a program administrator. 27. I understand and accept that I will not be allowed any overnight visits for the first 30 days of my program, and that overnight visits after the first 30 days must be requested and approved by the house monitor or a program administrator at least 3 days in advance. I understand and accept that I must remain available for communication with the house monitor or program administrator during the entire balance of any overnight visits. I understand that immediately following any overnight that I will be required to take a drug test at the rate of $20 per test, which is paid before leaving the home. I further understand and accept that any unauthorized overnight visits will result in my immediate discharge from the NHRH program. 28. I understand and agree to adhere to all public safety laws and civil ordinances, and I understand and accept that the program administrator will promptly report any violations of the law to law enforcement. 29. New Horizons provides recovery support services that includes individual recovery sessions that are driven by each resident's recovery plan and regularly schedule recovery support groups. 30. New Horizons helps residents access resources through referrals and assistance from their recovery coach. 31. New Horizons provides transportation to recovery support groups and individual sessions that may be held away from the residents. 32. I understand and accept that illegal/illicit drugs, including alcohol, are not to be consumed or possessed by me at any time, on or off NHRH premises, and that a violation of this rule will result in my immediate discharge from the NHRH program. 33. I understand and accept that any prescribed medications must be approved by a program administrator and that the possession or use of any prescribed medications not approved by a program administrator, or the use of any medications in a manner inconsistent with the prescription's directions, will result in my immediate discharge from the NHRH program. 34. I understand and accept that any major rule violations, including but not limited to relapse, possession of unapproved drugs or medications, threatening/assaultive behavior, theft, failing to submit to a UDS or BAC test, disobeying the direct order of a program administrator, lying to or deceiving a program administrator, tampering with any home security device, violation of any public safety laws, or any unauthorized overnight visits, will result in my immediate discharge from the NHRH program. 35. I understand and accept that minor rules violations, including but not limited to items 19, 21, 22, 23, and 26 in this contract, will be enforced with 1 verbal warning and 3 written reprimands, and that upon receiving the 3rd written reprimand for the same violation I will be discharged from the NHRH program. 36. I understand and accept that any medications that I am taking must be approved by a program administrator and must be stored in a locked box that I provide, to which a program administrator or house monitor must have access to at all times during my participation in the NHRH program. 37. I understand and agree to give release to NHRH administrators to contact, correspond with, and exchange with any and all physicians, therapists, other healthcare facilitators, family members, friends, and criminal justice personnel, without limitation, any information directly related to my recovery process, including, but not limited to, progress and cooperation in the NHRH program, attendance at recovery meetings, urine drug screens, and alcohol test results, and recommendations. Now that you have went through all of our contract terms, please print your name, sign, and date at the bottom. Once done, flip the sheet and fill out the information page to its entirety. No space is to be left blank.